Hey everyone, I guess it's back. It's Kamish back here with Dynasty previews. Excited to bring it to you. I'll just share my screen here and we can get started wherever the heck the share of the screen is. Where the hell is it now? It's not here. Great. Oh, here we go. My bad. You know this isn't my forte. All right, so here we are, Dynasty Week 9. Obviously, things are starting to get heated up here, so let's just get right into it. The first game, and this is one of the ones I'm actually most excited about, to be honest with you. It's Philly Miracle Men versus Ultimus Prime, and why I'm excited about this one is because and this is for you, Ultimus Prime. Sorry, let's go back. Philly Miracle Man, remember, he didn't predict you to get a single win this year, and he's really been cutting your team up all season long, and for good reason. You're dead last. But this game is for dead last. So you can see you've lost 3 in a row, Ultimus Prime. You're 13th in points for, but you can see actually co-commissioned Philly Miracle Man's been even more dreadful. He's dead last in points for. He says it's a 2-year rebuild. I think it's a 20-year rebuild. His team is dreadful. And because of that, I'm not even going to do my research. I honestly think Ultimus Prime is going to win. I don't even care who's on the bye, just because Cole's been talking shit all year. And we're going to find out why Ultimus Prime is going to beat him is because of karma. Next up, we have Subotica Spartans, Bare Naked Ladies, a couple of teams out of that Yamato division that really haven't lived up to expectations, to be honest, as you can see by their records. Obviously it seems like Orange Crush is running away with the division. Bare Naked Lady, second to last in points for. He's lost 2 in a row. Subotica Spartans has not done too much better, and you don't have to look too much further than the quarterback position. Kirk Cousins for Subotica Spartans, Trevor Lawrence obviously going through the rookie blues for Bare Naked Ladies. And then when I look at the flex spot, Daniel Jones for Subotica Spartans, it looks like Bare Naked Ladies has Zach Wilson out, which obviously is a disaster for him. He's also got Rashad Penny on the bye. Juju got hurt. And Subotica Spartans has his fair amount of injury problems too. T.Y. Hilton can't stay healthy. Sterling Sharper can't stay healthy. Subotica Spartans is a better team here, though. Much more depth. He's got Alvin Kamara, which is going to be the centerpiece of that Saints offense now that Winston's hurt. So I'm giving this one to Subotica Spartans. And it's a back-to-back game, I believe. Next one here, Ming Division battle. We got Sven and Curly Lamborghini, which I will put out publicly. Sven, I am going to drop Taysom Hill off your roster. It looks like you're going to lose Donovan Peoples-Jones for nothing. You broke the rules. The rule books are there. The rule books are in Discord. Everybody knows the rules. I have no choice. I got to force your hand. I got to get that guy off the roster. You almost screwed another team over. Thankfully, they got Rodgers back up. So, again, you can't do that. We know the rules. So, you're going to be affected by that for sure. You can see it's a 2-2 lifetime matchup. Bills Mafia has won 7 in a row. Looks like the early odds-on favorite here to win the points for battle. Bills Mafia and Matt has been a great owner since he joined the LOC format. I love this guy. I think he's super, super competitive. If you guys remember, though, I had Curly losing a bunch of games at the beginning of the year, but then I had him winning some late games. I'm actually going to pick Curly to win this one if Kyler Murray plays. If Kyler Murray doesn't play, clearly he's going to lose. But I do like Mac Jones's chances also in Carolina. I thought that was a great draft pick by you this year. Khalil Herbert obviously has been a pleasant surprise fantasy-wise with the injury to David Montgomery. And I just think that this is a week where you're catching Bills Mafia maybe on a bit of a loss with guys like Chris Godwin, Terry McLaurin, Noah Fant, and Blake Martinez has been hurt all year. So I'm going to go give it to Curly Lamborghini winning just slightly and making things interesting on who's going to win the regular season champ, because right now we have a few teams at 7-1, and this will make things even more interesting if a team like Bills Mafia loses. Next up on the docket, we got Unnecessary Roughness and Likely Losers. And Likely Losers is our defending champion. You wouldn't think it, being 14th in the league right now, 1-7, 5 straight losses, 14 in point for. You can see, though, the schedule has been tough for him. His champion 15th in points against, so he's obviously had the second toughest schedule, I guess, if you want to look at it from that perspective. One thing I'll say about Unnecessary Roughness, I always remember stuff, right? So I remember Unnecessary Roughness saying, no, I'm not mediocre. Are you kidding? Well, you're 3-5. You are mediocre, man. It's been a tough year, obviously, again for you this year. And I think this is going to be a tough matchup for you. And big reason why, again, Saquon Barkley, huge bust. AB on the bye. Chris Carson, is he healthy? No, he's not. So I think there's a lot of question marks there for you. Whereas likely losers is basically going in with his full lineup. I'm going with likely losers in a shocker here. And unnecessary roughness is basically his playoff hopes will be dashed if he loses this one. Next up, a huge Pandian division battle. You can see here Vlad is 5-1 lifetime versus Susie. So he's dominated this matchup together. He's won the last two. He's third in points for Vlad Jr. Cruz has been a great owner in Dynasty. His win-loss record career is one of the best. Susie has a 7-1 record with only one quarterback all year. Don't forget. I mean, Trey Lance really hasn't been a factor. So she's had Jimmy G, still a 7-1 record. But you can tell by the points against, she's been pretty lucky. Second in points against. So she really hasn't had tough competition, even though that division is really good. She's won 4 in a row here. The difference here is going to be Vlad Jr. Again, bye issues. Russell Wilson, of course, is hurt on IR. You got Ronald Jones. Michael Thomas is not coming back. That's turned out to be a bust for you. And you got some key defensive guys out, Chase Young and Devin White, which are going to create problems for Susie. The big absences is going to be Antonio Gibson, but she's hoping that Lat Murray will come in and fill that spot. And I think he will. And I think it's going to fill it to a W. Next up, we got the Illuminati and No More. Again, talking about that Pandian division critical matchup. Look at No More, 4th in points for. 3-5. Tough year. 14th in points against. You can see No More's dominated Templars lifetime. 4-1 lifetime versus Illuminati. Illuminati 3rd in points against. So you can see where that 5-3 record's coming from. It's not that he's had really tough competition. I have a hard time voting for the Illuminati. You know this. So No More, you're going to have to find a way to win this one with all the injuries. We know King Henry's out. David Montgomery's out. Mike Evans is on the bye. Gronk likely out. He's on the bye anyway. And Illuminati's got some issues in this one too. Brady's out. Fournette's out. And I think that's going to be, it's going to be close. But I'm going to go with Chris and No More to snap that 4-game losing streak in this one. Next up, this one was voted for one of the potential game of the weeks, and it's a great game. It's Randall Flag football and bolt up. So first off, Randall Flag football, first overall, 6 straight wins, 2nd in points 4. He's battling Bills Mafia in his division there, needs to keep pace, try to win this one. Whereas bolt up obviously lost to me last week in the Solomonic division first place battle. And sitting at 500, he needs to get better. Herbert and Hurts was supposed to be the answer long term. He's 12th in points 4, so obviously those guys haven't been the answer. You gave up your first for Mike Davis to try to win the division this year, I think. And right now, you're not winning the division, but thankfully you are in that 8th playoff seed, which might be enough to hold you in there. I think this is a good test for Randall Flag football and the fact that Miles Sanders is out, and you throw in now that Aaron Rodgers is out. That's going to be the difference. I'm going with Lucas and bolt up to win because Aaron Rodgers lied about getting the vax, I guess. Last one is our game of the week, and I'm super excited for this one. I'm 5-3, Adrian 7-1. Adrian, of course, got that first loss 2 weeks ago to Susie, won last week. He's 5th in points 4, so obviously a top team. I'm 6th in points 4. The difference between us in points is 1 point, 19 points. I don't think it gets any better in terms of a matchup when you look at it from that perspective. Reason why Orange Crest, big reason why he's 7-1, 5th in points 4, but he's also 1st in points against. The competitors have not really done what they needed to against him. You can see it's a 1-1 lifetime matchup. For me, if Baker Mayfield can do anything in the Battle of Ohio, I think I'm going to win this one. I do have Odell, but he's actually on my bench, and it will likely remain on the bench for the rest of the season. Unless, of course, Odell plays for somebody else. So anyways, I'm going to go with myself on this one. And the reason being is I just feel that I do have better RWTs. So when I look at the RWT slots, he's got Waddle, I got Cooper, he's got Hollywood Higgins, I got Jameson Crowder with Corey Davis likely out. He's going to get all the targets. He's got Zach Pascal. I got Hunter Renfro. I think all those guys are better. And when you look at my wide receiver core with Deebo Samuel involved and Nick Chubb, of course, healthy again, and Devontae Booker, I think is probably likely going to be the starter the rest of the way for the Giants. And with Mahomes struggles, if Mahomes can continue to struggle, I'm going to win, and I'm going to pick myself to win. So those are your Dynasty previews. Again, a bit short and sweet this week. Things are really busy in the commission's life. Hopefully next week I can provide a little bit more detail, but I hope you guys love the previews. I definitely miss the full commish, and I'm looking forward to seeing how week 9 goes, and I hope y'all are too. Have a wonderful, wonderful